So, as many of you will already know, Wayne Rooney's Derby County side are bravely fighting relegation from the Sky Bet Championship despite a massive points deduction and a transfer embargo. It seems quite likely they will go down, but it's been a brave effort and near enough a miracle already nonetheless. Well, what if I was to tell you that in FM22 we found a tactic so good it not only keeps Derby up in that season, but in the first season, with the points deduction, actually gets Derby promoted. It's that impressive. The tactic is so good, and I don't want to big it up anymore. I just want to show it you guys. Let's run the intro and get right into it. Hi everybody, Jake here for FMSCOUT, and as I mentioned in that intro, today not only are we looking at a very cool season where Derby got promoted instead of getting relegated, but we've also got to show you the tactic that allowed us to do it. When I first set this up, I was just trying to do a challenge purely of keeping Derby up. I looked at some tactics to potentially plug in and use. I picked this one and was stunned by the results. Promotion the first time I tested it. Before we do get into the video though, I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing it, but it really will help us guys out if you could smash the like button. If we can aim for 250 likes, that would be awesome. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're getting very close to 135,000 subscribers, so that'd be great when we hit that. Feel free to comment down below your Football Manager miracles. Feel free to check out my channel in the description if you want to. Thank you to getting me to 7,000 subscribers over there. And finally, we will get to it in a second, but before we look at the tactic, a quick word to our sponsors. Yes, we've got a sponsor yet again on this video. It's the good people over at Spitch, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about them. Spitch is a free fantasy football app available for people in the UK and Ireland 18 or over. Unlike normal fantasy football that focuses on the season-long format, Spitch focuses on individual weekly tournaments where you pick your side for that week. You test your knowledge against other fantasy football players for the chance of winning prizes. There's both free leagues you can enter and paid for leagues, all of which have their own unique prizes and rewards. All you need to do to get involved is download the link in the description, which of course we here at FMSCOUT would greatly appreciate. Then you'll have to register onto the app, you might have to show your ID, and then you can do exactly what you can see me doing on screen right now, picking your team, selecting your captain, and using the statistical analysis features in Spitch to help you select your side, and you're good to go. You could potentially win some prizes using your fantasy football knowledge. So thank you again Spitch for sponsoring the video, but let's get back to looking at this tactic. So here we are with the season preview for this year's championship campaign. Derby were expected to finish rock bottom with the worst odds in the league by a long mile due to their points deduction and also the fact that their team really isn't that strong by any sense of the imagination. But despite all of that, we've got promoted. It was an amazing season for Derby. Not only did we get in the playoff spots and get promoted through that, we were actually one of the better teams in the playoff spots by a long distance. 69 points would have got us in the playoffs. We had 87. We were 6 points off getting promoted in our own right and only 12 points off going up as champions. It was that impressive. Take away the 21 points deduction and we would have flew into the Premier League as champions. Now, I didn't pick a select tactic that I think, oh, this will really work well with Derby. I literally selected the first tactic that I had installed already. I was meant to do a tactic test on it a while ago. I forgot to do it and it was there, and I thought, you know what, let's give this one a go. And it's led to some incredible results. Derby getting promoted with the squad they've got is pretty much unheard of, particularly with that points deduction. And even without that, you'd be very surprised to see them go up first time with this squad. And the amazing tactic that brought us so much success is this one here, the Warrior Knap 41230, another great tactic by Knap that we think has done incredibly well here. Like I said, I was meant to test it a long while ago, I forgot to, but it's been very impressive for this Derby side. So let's quickly run through what it's doing. You will be able to find a link to download it in the description if you want to just plug in and play. But just to give you a brief overview of what it's looking to do, we've got a sweeper keeper with just basic instructions on him here. We've got a wing back on support with the following additional instructions, 2 ball playing defenders on the defence duty with the same instructions, and a wing back on attack on the left hand side. Then we've got a defensive midfielder on support looking like this, a Mazzala on attack, and a box-to-box midfielder with 2 inside forwards on either flank, as you can see, and a shadow striker, no forward player at all. Now if we pick the best 11 with the side that we've got here at Derby, you can see there wasn't even that much quality around the pitch. It's not like we had an amazing 5-star shadow striker or an amazing Mezzala that was getting us all the goals. You can see the lack of quality in this squad because Max Bird, who is our highest player in terms of star rating, which again, we shouldn't fully believe, but it gives us a little bit of an indication at least if we go into that. I mean, physically, mentally and technically, he's good. He's got a good base set, but he is not Premier League quality. He is not a player that should be classed as the best player at our club in that sense. It's really impressive that we've done anything at all with this Derby side, never mind getting promoted with such a big points deduction. So what was this tactic doing that has caused so many problems? Well, it's an attacking mentality tactic looking to score a lot of goals, and in possession we're doing the following: high tempo, putting the ball through the middle and working the ball into the box. In transition, we're looking to counter press and counter when possession has been won. And then out of possession, we're looking to force the opposition outside. We're using the offside trap. We're pressing the goalkeeper very often. We've got a high line, which seems to be the meta in this year's Football Manager tactics in terms of what does well, but it's got us some crazy results. And it's not like one player has ran away with 100 goals and got us promoted purely off his own back. I mean, our best player this year was Tom Lawrence, an inside forward, who, don't get me wrong, has done very well, but at 12 goals and 11 assists, it's nothing too crazy, is it? As far as I'm aware, I think this has just been a very, very impressive season. Plenty of goal scorers throughout the team contributing to the side, but how have we done so well? Have we scored a lot of goals? Have we defended well? Well, if we go to the championship statistics, we can see not only are we the highest goal scorers in the league with 91, but we're actually one of the best teams defensively too. Now, 91 goals isn't completely crazy, but with a Derby side that you definitely wouldn't expect to do so well, I think that's very impressive. We've got the most clean sheets in the league with 22 clean sheets, and we've only conceded 43 goals across the whole season, which is absolutely brilliant, to be honest. Over the course of the season, we were expected to score 98 goals and we put away 91 of those chances, so we're kind of hitting the mark, but with a bit better quality, we could have easily outperformed what we did here. So this tactic could work very well for you guys. It's not like we've tested it here with Manchester United, with Chelsea, with Man City. This is Derby County, not expected to do anything in the Championship at all, and they've got promoted with a very mediocre squad. So I'd be very interested in hearing how you guys do with your better sides, if it works well, if it works even better with this tactic. I don't know, you guys will have to tell me. We've scored a fair few goals from corners, but nothing too unbelievable, because there's 3 other sides that have got 10 or more goals from corners, so that's not too impressive, but chances created is where we're really standing out. We're creating a lot of chances with this tactic. If we could have put them away, who knows where we would have finished in the league, but overall it's been a fantastic season. In terms of individual player statistics, the one that's standing out to me here is Tom Lawrence at Derby. He was our inside forward on the left hand side, I believe, yeah, so he would have been playing on the left hand side of that forward line. He's made 6 key passes every 90 minutes, which is 2 whole key passes pretty much ahead of anyone else in the league, and some of these are very good technical players. Yet our player here, Tom Lawrence, is creating 6 key passes. This tactic also seems to get the best out of your fullbacks, because the most player of the match awards goes to Nathan Bryan, who is our right back at the club, and he has got 10 assists in 42 appearances with a 7.35 average match rating. Not bad for a player who cost Derby £250,000. It's been an incredible season. The fact that we've even got promoted with Derby could have been a video in its own right, but to do it first time testing a tactic just goes to show how good this tactic could be for you guys. We're going up to the Premier League with Derby County. We've fixed their financial issues. The club is going to go from strength to strength now thanks to what we've done here, and I think that is just worth a video in its own right. Predicted 24th, finishing 3rd. You can see here just how many wins we've got in terms of our form. To finish the video off, I think we'll just quickly watch one of the games that we've had. So we've got a 3-1 win here against Millwall in the Championship playoff semi-final 2nd leg. Let's have a look at the goals from that game in case it tells us anything about how this tactic plays. Interestingly, it was Tom Lawrence playing shadow striker. I suggested he might have been the inside forward, but it seems shadow striker was where he was playing and getting all the joy. But here's our first goal, working it on the flanks. We're going to create a chance from there into Stretton, who finishes the inside forward, getting close into the net, and he taps it in. It looks like our second goal is going to be a free kick, a long range shot. Okay, it's saved and then tapped in by Tom Lawrence. Maybe not too much down to the tactic, but we've scored nonetheless. Here comes the goal that we've conceded. Is it going to tell us anything, any drawbacks to the tactic? Is it just going to be a cross into the box? That's a Championship goal if I've ever seen one. Oliver Burke following in at the back post to tap in from a back post cross. It's not the best defending from us, but alas, we have made it into the finals of the Sky Bet Championship playoff with the following goal, a bit of pressure and an amazing long shot from our right back, but it goes to show just how much pressure we were putting on the ball there to win it back, cause the error and get a goal from it, which is what you'd expect from a tactic, but is looking to counter press as soon as we lose the ball. I never thought we'd do very well. My initial aim was to try and keep them up, but also I wanted to keep going until eventually I got a save where we got promoted, but we did it first time with this tactic, which is so impressive. So shout out to Knap for the Warrior Knap 41230, which you can find linked in the description. Hopefully you have enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like if you have enjoyed. Thank you again to Spitch for sponsoring the video, but I hope you all have a great day, guys, so I'll see you next time. Goodbye.